Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host with a beard and a fresh haircut. And today I'm bringing you guys a review of the all-new 2021 Audi Q4 E-Tron. Fully electric vehicle, of course. And without further ado, let's go right into the review. Check it out.
First of all, let me thank Audi Lagrou for providing me with this vehicle and making this review possible. I will link their website down below in the description, so be sure to go and check them out.
Here we have it guys, the 2021 Audi Q4 E-Tron. Looks kind of like a baby Audi E-Tron. Like a smaller cropped version of it. Alright, let's check out the front. Fully electrical vehicle, so I don't really get why they felt the need to put a grille here, because it's completely closed plastic, has no use whatsoever. Behind this logo you have the radar systems embedded, and we have some fake vents over here just for styling purposes. This version is equipped, it's a pretty basic car that I got. This one is equipped with the regular LED lights, but you can upgrade to matrix LEDs that, you know, black out parts of their lights to stop dazzling oncoming traffic. This part here is real and functional because this cools the electrical systems and the battery of the car when it gets too hot. We have the parking sensors over here. I like the design of it. Apart from the grille, they could have done something different with it. I would black it out if I would get this car. But overall, it's a beautiful looking car. It's actually not too futuristic looking in my opinion. You know, from when the E-Tron came out, that one was like, whoa. And especially the E-Tron GT. Anyways, moving to the side of the Audi E-Tron, or the Audi Q4 E-Tron. We see the typical electrical vehicle rims here, flattened out to improve aerodynamics. LED blinkers integrated in the rear view mirrors. Looks good from the side as well. A bit elevated, and then it slopes back. We have a little bit of a spoiler over here. Moving to the back, we see the fully LED tail lights. There we go. This one does not have the swooping indicators, which you can get if you upgrade. No tailpipes, because this is an EV. And I like this better than these fake tailpipes that they keep putting on cars, even on cars with actual combustion engines. We have the E-Tron logo right here, which is a nice little touch. This version is the 40 E-Tron, so the version with rear-wheel drive only and 204 horsepower. Nice little design here with the Audi logo in the lights. And here is where you charge the car. Let me show you guys by opening it up. I don't know why it's not opening up. I always have trouble opening up trunks and charging ports and things like that, but there we go. Let's close it up again. The best part of this car, like look-wise, I think is this angle right here, because the rear lights are so cool, and as its bigger brother, the Audi E-Tron, these lights, they just connect to each other with one light bar here, which looks very beautiful, especially at night when the lights are on. And now let's check out the interior of the Audi Q4 E-Tron. This is the key, just your typical Audi key. Unlock it. Sorry for the wind, there's a lot of it today. Let's quickly close the door. And there we go. I'll put the seat back a little bit. Voila. First of all, what catches your eye is this steering wheel. Looks kind of cool. Flat bottom, flat top. And you see these blacked out parts over here and over here. These are touch operated and press buttons. So when you turn on the car, these light up and give the various functionalities that you can use in the car. Overall, different and stylish looking steering wheel, which I like. Not a lot of electric cars have cool steering wheels. Behind that we see the fully digital gauge cluster, the virtual cockpit as Audi likes to call it, which looks crisp, clear, very high-end graphics. Same as the infotainment system in the middle. Let me show you guys quickly. If you know Audis, this is all going to seem very familiar. You have your phone apps here, Android Auto and everything that you can touch or choose better. Your telephone, your navigation, pretty responsive screen. As you can see, navigation is a bit glitchy in the beginning, but then once it gets going, it's pretty responsive, almost like a smartphone. Anyways, let's check out the rest of the interior. Nice soft touch materials over here on the door sills. Yeah, decently firm feeling door handle over here. And then we have some stitched soft touch material over here. I don't think this is leather. I don't know exactly. It doesn't feel like leather. It does have this stitching. So there you have your window control buttons, your mirror control buttons. This is, yeah, a bit cheap feeling, but hey, it's not as expensive as the Audi E-Tron, so there are going to be some cutting costs done in the car. Kind of a different vent design. Huge vents. Same on this side. Audi E-Tron logo. I'm glad that this does not have a gloss black finish, but a metal type finish. And then a different middle console in the Audi Q4 E-Tron. So you have the middle console here, so your gear lever, your start stop button, drive selector and everything. And then your volume control, so this is a touch button. If you've seen my Audi A3 video, I explained it there. And then suddenly you have a gap here with a storage space with some USB-C outlets and then some cup holders. But in most cars you have like an elevated middle console, you know, you can put your arm on and everything, but here it's like a gap and it kind of makes the car feel a bit empty, if you know what I mean, right? And it's no problem if you want to rest your arm, because you can just push this forward and you can put your arm on this part of the middle console. And let's see the storage in here. Yeah, it's decently deep. There's somebody's mask in here, but it's decently deep. You can fit a lot of stuff in here. Let's close it up. And now let's check out the seats. These are partly leather and partly Alcantara seats with nice stitching, nice bolstering. These are the standard seats, so they are not electrically operated and they are fully manual. As I told you guys before, this is a pretty basic car that I got to review, but I can show you guys what it's going to look like when it's a bit optioned out as well. Alright, so here we have touch operated buttons for the lights, for the doors and for everything. So this is the SOS button if you have a breakdown, so you can call for help. And then we have swipe buttons for the sunroof. So you swipe like this and the roof opens. And it's a beautiful day out today. It's not raining for once. And then you just swipe here to close it up. And here you close the sun visor if you swipe that. So here you can see the sun visor is closing. Nice looking interior, as we are used to from Audi, with all the screens and everything you need. Personally, I would upgrade some stuff in this, you know, like for example the seats and some other colors and everything, but you can option out everything when you order this car. Love it. Another electrical vehicle of Audi with physical buttons. Awesome. just like in the Audi E-Tron GT that I reviewed. All right, we have some decently large door bins, not too deep, but they are pretty wide, so I think you can fit a bottle in here. There's some stuff of the dealership that's in here currently. We have a glove box right here, which is very big. Look at this. We have a manual in here, some other papers, and look how high this is. You can fit a lot of stuff in here. One of the largest glove compartments that I have seen in any car as of yet. Now let's check out how much space there is in the rear seats of the Audi Q4 E-Tron. Nice and wide opening rear doors. Very easy to access, just like that. So this seat has been put into my driving position. I'm about 5'10", between 5'10", 5'11", and look at the amount of knee room that I have. It's insane. You can put your feet under there. You can actually fully recline and just chill out back here. Headroom, let me show you guys. As you can see, you have like a little cutout here. Let me show you guys better. So I have this amount of headroom, very spacious. Since this is a electrical vehicle, all the batteries are under the floor, so there is no use of a middle tunnel. So the floor is practically completely flat. So you can make good use of that by putting a middle passenger here, and the middle seat is surprisingly comfortable. Not too elevated, a bit elevated, but not too much, not hard or firm on your back or on your bottom, and I think I could sit here for quite some time on longer journeys as well. So this car is actually very good for taking or transporting 3 people abreast. We have some smaller door bins, but very deep. These are deeper than the door bins in front. So you're gonna fit a lot of stuff in here. Some cheap plastic here. In the front you have, yeah, this is soft touch, and this is some cheap plastic, and here as well. And these are parts that you're gonna touch a lot in the car, so not really a fan of that. Could have done better. The seats themselves are very comfortable with stitched leather. You have your middle part over here that can recline, and if you want to fully recline it, you can carry on longer items like this. Got some cup holders here, which they could have covered up, but hey. Okay, checking out the trunk space of the Audi Q4 E-Tron. So just double press the key like this. Nice and wide opening tailgate. Check it out from the side. Very good. And a very wide opening here, so we won't have any trouble fitting larger items in here. We already have a basket in here from the guy that uses this car as his personal vehicle. You can recline these seats if you need even more space, but this trunk is very roomy, very spacious, so practicality is absolutely no issue in this car. Let's close it up like this. One difference that I noticed with other electrical vehicles is that most of them have a frunk, so they have space in the trunk. And if I open up the bonnet of this car, like this, you guys see that there's all sorts of stuff right here. And wow, this is actually pretty hard to open. So we have all sorts of electrical wiring and you know, like fluids and everything running through here. So there is no frunk in this car, but you don't really need it because the trunk is surprisingly roomy. Let's close it up again. There we go. All right, so how does it feel to drive the Audi Q4 E-Tron on the road? First of all, I'm on a long stretch of road. This being an EV, let's test out how quick this is. This is the E-Tron 40, so this has 204 horsepower on the rear wheels. So if I press it, yeah, it's decently fast. Not as fast as any of the 400 plus horsepower electrical vehicles, of course, and definitely not as fast as the Audi E-Tron GT that I tested. If you haven't seen that review, I will link it down below or up here somewhere, so check it out. That was an insane vehicle. but still it's decently fast for any normal person. It's not going to be slow at all. For the rest, it's calm, it's serene, it's sophisticated in here. Sound deadening is pretty well done in this car, because I have cars passing me by right here and I can barely hear them pass by. Tire noise is minimal. I can barely hear it. There is some wind noise coming from these mirrors, which are actually really, really large for a car like this. But for the rest, it's calm, it's serene. Nothing intrusive coming into the cabin, not that I can hear at this moment. Steering feel is a bit vague. Vaguer than I would like to, but then again, this is not meant to be a sports car. It doesn't expect super performance and everything like that, great handling and everything. So it's a family SUV meant to haul around kids, go on journeys, fit large amounts of baggage in it. So, and that it does pretty well. Brakes are decent, so I just come to a stop. Nice stopping power. So Audi claims that this has a range of 500 kilometers when it's fully charged. I've been driving around for about 20-25 minutes with this car now, and the range doesn't go down all that fast. And I think maybe you could reach between 450-500 kilometers of a range on one charge with this car, realistically. But to test that, I would need the car for a longer amount of time. Everything's laid out pretty well in this beautiful interior, as we are used to from Audi cars. Nice, crisp virtual cockpit right in front of you. Very bright and high-end graphics on this middle navigation MMI system. You have a nice elevated position. You can put the seat all the way back down to have a more sporty feeling, but in SUVs, you want to sit upright to have a nice overview over the road. So visibility in the Audi Q4 E-Tron is pretty decent, because you have a fairly large back window over there, and the C and the D pillar, between them you have a window as well, so there is not a huge blind spot there. There is a little bit of a blind spot, but hey, that's in every car. You can't have perfect visibility. So in my opinion, visibility all around in this car is pretty decent. So what are my final impressions about the 2021 Audi Q4 E-Tron? Well, it's a very good car actually. It's smaller than its bigger brother, the Audi E-Tron. It's more composed, but you still have a lot of room right here for your passengers. You have a lot of room for your baggage back there in the trunk, and it drives reasonably well. It has a decent amount of pick, a decent amount of range. You have all the tech that you would want. The seats are very comfortable. These are standard seats, so manual, and you can upgrade to higher end seats, which will be even more comfortable. But these seats are pretty good actually, and you know, you got a lot of adjustment here as well. This is the competitor to the Skoda Enyac and the Volkswagen ID.4, which are all from the same company but competitors, you know. And if you're in the market for these cars, go and test drive all three of these. This is a bit more expensive than those other two cars that I mentioned, because it has the Audi branding. It's a bit more luxurious from the inside, and the outside looks a bit more aggressive than those cars. But go ahead, go test drive these cars. This is a very good car. It's got a very nice packed with technological features, and if you need more power, then you can upgrade to the E-Tron 50, which has, I think it has about more than 300 horsepower, and that one is going to be very quick. Anyways guys, this was it for today. I hope you guys had a really good time watching this review. If it was anything informative for you guys, please give it a like, comment down below what next would you want me to review, and until next time, drive safe and take care.